All right, welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. Let me know if you hear me well. Before we start, we have a few more minutes. Hey, Lee is here, that's good. Lee, can you hear me well? Can you guys hear me well? Let's do a quick audio check. Hey, Peter, Jace, Dave are on YouTube as well. Excellent, excellent. You guys are gonna need both Facebook and YouTube today. We're gonna give some, we're gonna have some giveaways that are going to be both on, I think they're going to be on YouTube. So we're going to need both. Hey guys, so how's everybody doing? I'm just slowly organizing myself over here for the last few minutes that we have before we begin. All right, where are we? Where is the link? All right, so shall we begin? It's about time. Let me turn this off. Okay. Oh, you guys like the shirt? Yeah. I'm in love with the cocoa. I don't know which cocoa, but I'm gonna, let's just say with the one that we fish. All right, so we don't get in trouble. Anyway, all right, Facebook, all right, YouTube. So today we're gonna have a very interesting agenda, okay? For the first time, we picked a topic that we're going to run with, aside from the usual agenda. And we're going to try to do this moving forward with every live stream, right? Today's debate is going to be Barbed versus Barbless. I think it's something that a lot of people have been looking forward to, and so did I. Cocoa, that's right, yes. Who isn't in love with the cocoa? We're talking about Cocoa Berry Pink Diamond, of course, right? All right, so listen guys, couple of things today. One very important thing is all you've been waiting for is a sale, right? So the last one that we did has been extremely popular. So without further ado, we're going to basically repeat the one that we did on the live stream, which was a sale for all new arrivals, and we did it for 15% last time. We're going to do the same thing today, and also 15% for most of the other items on the website, most. So remember, this is going to be for all new arrivals without exceptions, and the discount is going to be on most of the items on the website with some exceptions, okay? So if the coupon code doesn't work on the specific item you want, it just hasn't been designed for that. So anyway, let's roll the sale, okay? So there it is. The sale is identical from the last week, okay? And it also expires at midnight Eastern time today. So you have roughly 4.5 hours to take advantage of this. So you can watch your live stream in peace, we can have fun, and then we can jump on the sale right after this. Unless you're really so eager, then go ahead and do this now. So anyway, that's the sale for today. It's Carp 15 for 15% off all new arrivals, and most items in the store. The link to the new arrivals I'm going to post for you, so you all have it, and we're going to drop it also for our YouTube viewers. We are simultaneously live on Facebook and on YouTube, as we have been doing so recently. That's just so we can reach most of you, and some of you have preferences, you know, which platform you want to view it on. So that's the sale for today. So let's start with some big announcements. And no, it's not about the Carp of the Month. That one, I will try to, well, me and the admins and the moderators, we will try to post the winners for the Carp of the Month either tomorrow, or if not by Monday, we will do it. We are just very selective with who we want to, you know, reward, and we have a lot of back and forth going on which one we want to pick, so it takes a little bit of time. So anyway, the big announcement is that we have partnered up with Wild Carp Classic and at French Open tournament organizers, Jeannie and Paul Russell. And long story short, moving forward, and this is huge news, moving forward, the tournaments will be named and known as Carp Angler at French Open and Carp Angler Wild Carp Classic. So this is big news because for us to get involved, both feet in and dive into a huge tournament like this is a big deal. It also is very important to the tournaments themselves to have somebody like us come in and provide that international support. And what I mean with that is, while we are in US, we obviously have the outreach in UK and beyond, so we can bring some of that influence across the pond over here and give some proper recognition to the tournaments, to two of the best tournaments in US. So those are the breaking news, really. That are just, you know, probably 48 hours old. We will provide more updates on that, and we will give you more information as time goes on. Make sure you stay here, because today we have giveaways. We have raffles, we have giveaways. We're going to do this all, okay? So make sure you hang out. Zach says he snapped out of that YouTube black hole just in time. I don't know what you mean, but you are. I'm glad you're with us, Zach. Okay. So anyway, that's the big news for us. At French Open and Wild Carp Classic are now affiliated with carpangler.com, and they will be bearing our name moving forward. So that's what it is. So now, while we are going on about our business, for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I'm dropping you a link right now. Take a look at it, because we will be doing giveaways on YouTube right now soon. So I'm giving you a link where you can just subscribe to YouTube and get entered into the giveaway that we will be doing. Okay, so the link is there. That link will automatically open a little pop-up asking you if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you need to do that because you're gonna have to comment with the number that you pick. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and the link was just dropped. So any of you who are not following us on YouTube, do it. And when the time comes for the giveaway, feel free to switch over to YouTube, because that's where we are doing this. So anyway, let's move forward. So a couple of segments today, right? We're going to talk about what really grinds my gears first, because I went fishing, when was it? Yesterday. I go to Pennsylvania. I meet up with James over there, and I go with my wife. And what was really getting on my nerves, and it's the time of the year too, is the goddamn floating and dying weeds, right? So those goddamn floating weeds were difficult to deal with because it was just, well, it was mainly on the surface of the water that they were flowing and catching the line. It it was often flowing underneath in the water column and catching the line that was below the surface. So that was pretty annoying because I'm fishing, and this alarm goes like beep beep, beep beep. So I lower the sensitivity and it keeps going beep beep, beep beep, and it keeps annoying the hell out of me, right? So luckily I was using the Nash R4 alarms yesterday, which come with that fourth sensitivity setting out of 5 that is really designed for something like that. That it will not beep when your line gets pulled little by little, but it will eventually let you know that a couple of yards of line have been pulled. So hey, maybe buddy, it's time to go and pay attention to your fishing line. So that was really annoying until yesterday I adjusted my setting, right? So that was one of those things that I don't know how you guys dealing with this, especially when you have those dying weeds floating in the body of the water. But it's still difficult, because if I use the backleads and drop my line completely in the water, there's still some of it floating underneath. Maybe less, so that helps a little bit, but it's still annoying as hell. So let me know what you guys are using, how you're getting around this. But this has been really annoying as hell in those conditions. Makes you not want to fish if this is what you're going to be dealing with, right? So that's one thing. Another thing, what really grinds my gears is, so today on our group page, we have a new member coming in, and I suppose he wants to show off the fish that he caught. So he got the carp in the picture, and he is of course gilling it, weighing it by holding it by the gills with the, I think it was with the hook of the scale. So look, this is what really annoys me. It's not that the picture like that shows up in our group, because that's going to happen often, and it does happen often, right? The question is, what do we do after that? You come across the picture somebody posts without proper carp gear. What do you do? So you have a couple of options, right? You can get pissed off, you can start lashing out, you can start laughing at it, you can start getting either angry or sarcastic or funny or any of those things. But very rarely, not enough, do we find people trying to educate others. And now, let me point it out. There are people sometimes that are coming purposely with pictures like that, trying to get a rise out of the members, and they are really not interested in educating themselves or changing for that matter, right? Those people, once we sense that, we boot them, okay? I mean, nobody needs to get aggravated with idiots like that, so we kick them out. But if you're gonna get a guy that is just not knowing any better, okay, a little bit ignorant, remember that we all started somewhere, right? And none of us started with a proper carp gear, I suppose. Okay, I certainly wasn't one of them. Okay, there are people who eat carp, okay, to some degree. They're definitely better fish to eat, but some do. And it's okay if somebody does that. Okay, nobody's going to support eating a trophy carp, but if somebody wants to put some food on the on the table of their family once in a while, I mean, I'm like, whatever, it shouldn't bother me as much, right? That's different from somebody who is trying to get a rise out of you. Those people we will boot. But again, the member comes in and it is evident after several comments that they just don't know any better. Okay, and some of the commentary was a little bit harsh, at least to the degree that if I was them, I probably would be quite turned off, not just by the group that he joined, but by the entire Carp society, to speak, as a whole. We don't want to appear, as overly rough around the edges. I want us to be a little bit more welcoming. Okay, try to convert those people, and you're not going to do this, and you're not going to help the cause, you're not going to help the fish, and you're not going to help them by starting with bashing them too much, or bashing at all. We shouldn't be bashing them at all if it's just pure ignorance. It's already, nobody likes to be told that they are doing something wrong, right? None of us do, especially as adults. So nobody's going to like it when it's going to be done in a manner that is, attacking and bashing in nature, okay? If you see something like that, tag the admin, tag the moderator, or become helpful by trying to educate them without making them defensive. Simon says, I'm more concerned of repeat offenders that repeated knowing it makes carp anglers upset. Yes, those are trolling posts when they happen, and those people need to be removed, okay? But not the first time, I'm not gonna even call it offenders, not the first time posters who simply don't know any better, okay? There's a right and wrong way to do this in order not to alienate new group members and at the same time trying to help them. Remember, they already have to be vulnerable enough to be willing to take that advice and help, and a lot of people, lack that characteristic that allows them to do it well, to receive that, feedback. But at least let's not be the reason why those people will leave or get defensive and basically give you the finger in return and leave for that reason, right? So let's not be the reason they leave. Let's at least try to educate those people. And if you don't have it in you because it upsets you too much, that's fine. That's fine. We're asking that you try to do this if you can, and if you cannot, don't comment at all if you feel that way. Let us step in and handle it. And I think it will be more productive, and a lot of anglers, will come around. Okay, the circle will get bigger that way. So let's just keep that in mind, moving forward. Marty says micro barns are fine. If it's someone's private lake, then they can make the rules. I'm not sure what Marty's referring to. So if anything, elaborate a little bit. But anyway, what else do we have? So that's it about that topic. Just wanted to make sure I touch base on it to make sure that we have a little bit of clarity how I would prefer we move forward in the group, right? So that's it for that segment. Now, keep in mind that we have some giveaways today. This is one of them. We haven't given away in a while, and we still have some left. This is another one of the Catron coffee mugs or whiskey mugs, depending what you're feeling like drinking out of it. I think this is Carpy as hell. This one is with their PVA organic logo on it. And we have different designs, right? This is one of them that we are giving away today. So make sure that you stay on the live stream. We will be giving away this and a few more things today, okay? So let me put this away for now. And for that, just remember that you're gonna have to join our YouTube channel, and I'm gonna drop you the link again For Facebook people, I just dropped the link for you so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're gonna have to be a subscriber in order to comment on the video, and that's how you will enter your number. You know, most of you are familiar with the giveaways that we do. You're gonna pick your number between 1 and 1,000, and you cannot go over. That's how we will do it. Why do we do it on YouTube? Well, on YouTube, it's easier for us to rewind and see who the winners are. And it takes a little bit longer on Facebook, right? So, plus we want to grow the YouTube channel a little bit more, so that's going to help us. All right, so now, couple of products that just arrived, by the way, that we wanted to show you. So, you already know, guys, that every new order should be getting a Carp Angler sticker right now for as long as we have them in stock. So we, by popular demand, decided to create it actually as a product, right? I know we give it away for free with every order, but sometimes people are asking, hey, listen, can I get a few more stickers? So we created basically a product where you can buy the stickers for a measly 50 cents, okay? So I'm dropping you a link right now to where you can get the stickers if you wanted to buy them separately, in addition to the single one that you're gonna get with the order. In the meantime, Outdoorsman on YouTube is asking, are you going to start carrying lower cost reels? So yes, but keep in mind, we already have some, as I would call it, budget reels on our website. Not every reel on our website is Daiwa that costs couple or several $100. We have some that are I think NGT and Sonic that are very well priced, and I think they are phenomenal for the price. So take a look at the ones that we have. But to answer your question, yes, we will have more and different ones. Starting in a few weeks, I think we are planning to make an order with NGT, so we will bring some extra stuff from them, including the reels, including some really cheap ones. Yep, James is right. He's commenting on the YouTube right now that we do have the Sonic Extractor 5000. That's one definitely worth looking at. So, oh, Joe is commenting, been using barbless hooks for a while, they penetrate better. Ooh, that's the spicy debate that is coming up in a minute. So we will get to that in a second. Now, here is a cool product that I wanted to show you. I have it with me. I'm gonna drop you a link to it right now. There. And it is, this is an empty box. The Wasp by Nash. So I've been fishing with the bank sticks yesterday. 9-footer rods, put the bank sticks, it's a tough spot to fish. 12-footers are too long, a rod putt is a little bit too much of it. So I put those bank sticks and I was fishing with the bobbins. The thing is that I am not crazy about the bobbins. One reason is, you know, they move with the wind too much. Another thing is if you put the bobbin in front of the guide of the reel, right? On a violent take, it can go straight in, it can tangle your stuff, and it can wreak havoc, making you break the line and lose the fish. What I do love using is the swing arms. The problem is that we didn't up until now have anything what I would call economical, okay, that will work well with a bank stick, that is not an overkill like the R4 swingers that are really priced high because they connect to the R4 alarms until now. So Nash has those Wasp swingers, okay? So this is it. The link that you have also have a video in description. It shows you a couple of different tricks that this can do. So obviously, you know, everybody knows how it works, right? You put it on your bank stick, you attach it there, and then obviously it works on a take. But I like to have a certain tension on the swinger if I have an option. So the cool thing is this can be free swinging like this, okay, without any tension, as you see, or you can adjust the setting over here, okay, and then you hear the click click, that's tension. There's a ratchet system in there, and now look how it swings back. Now there's tension, and I can click it further to increase the tension, to make sure that you have a really proper drop back indication, okay, if you want to, depending on the conditions. And you can really apply, oh, this now has some weight to it. Now, this also has this light over here, okay, that actually takes the isotope. So if you have those isotope lights, you can put one inside to have it illuminated at all times. I absolutely love this. No more fishing with my bank sticks and with the bobbin, it's just not my preference. And those are cheap enough, okay, that you can get those. You can use them, hey, you can use them with a pod, but on the rod pod, I'm already using dedicated swingers that connect to the alarms. This is just an economical version of it that I can use anytime, anywhere without breaking the bank. And the fact that I can dial in on the tension of this is absolutely phenomenal. And I can put the isotope inside to make it illuminate. I absolutely love this. This is now available on our website. We have a decent amount of them in stock, but we have also more on the way because I know that they are selling rather fast. Let's catch up on some comments. Bring in the Shimano Ultegra 5500. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm reading YouTube comments. We just opened the account with Shimano. Haven't gotten the pricing yet. So I emailed them today, the representative in US, and I'm waiting for it. So we should be able to bring Shimano on board. I mean, hopefully soon. I would be hoping that this happens this month. I mean, the entire month is a whole lot of time, it seems, but things like that with some companies work a little bit slower, but we're working on it. Let me give you a couple of other cracking products that I wanted to show you. So you got your swingers, right? And I don't know why they are not more popular than bobbins, other than obviously the cost of them. So let me know, but swingers to me are the best of all the options available, right? The wind doesn't blow them. They always go across the same, the same path, and the drop back indication is second to none. I absolutely love them. So the other product I wanted to show you is actually a bobbin, also from Nash. I'm dropping you a link right now in the comments section, and it is also from Nash. So this is the bobbin kit. They call it a bobbin kit because it comes complete with the chain, with the head, with everything that you need. So this is what you're getting. Okay, so this is the bobbin kit, large in blue. I only brought large. They also have, I think, small. They have two sizes. The small ones are absolutely too small for most of the fishing conditions. I have used the small ones. I do not like them. I think that as long as you're fishing outdoors and not in your indoor swimming pool, you should be using the large ones. Okay, that's what I think. So this is the Nash one. They come obviously in a variety of colors. We have every single color that they make. They are available on our website, and remember, today they are on sale. So whether it's the swinger that I was showing you or the bobbin, you can get it at the 15% off until midnight. Lee says, I just like watching a bobbin smashing into the alarm. It's a simple creature. Yeah, that is exactly what happened when we were fishing. I think that was about a year and a half ago in Connecticut, and I was I was asking for that violent take. I said, Lee, I want to have a violent take, you know. And sure enough, minutes later, I got such a violent take. It smashed the bobbin. Okay, it smashed the bobbin when it went against the alarm and the rod into pieces. Okay, and that was it. I think it disintegrated completely. Okay, so I remember we were finding pieces after that, and I think that was it. After that, I slowly started moving into the swingers. Never had an issue like that because obviously the swinger will never hit the alarm, right? It can get to the top of your rod, but that's about it. And it seems to me like they are built a little bit tougher when you deal with the swinger. So that's my preference. I see some comments on YouTube that most of you that comment prefer swingers. Yeah, I don't know why they are not more popular than bobbins. Bobbins are always better sellers. I believe they always will be. But to be honest, I think that swingers are absolutely the bee's knees. All right, so we have two more products I wanted to show you. Okay, let me drop the links to them. Oh, look at that. Did the Lake House join us for the live stream? I think Rafa is joining us. All right, so the Nash new dot spod impact, this one. So this is a new design by Nash. I just dropped you a link in the comment section, so feel free to take a look at it. This is what it looks like, right? Okay, so they have a new design for 2023 from what I saw, and it seems like it's working quite well. It's interesting because it works very different than the Wolf X Spod that we also have in the new arrival. So feel free to compare the two. You can watch the video showing how both of them work, and you can then tell us which one you think is better, which one you prefer. I think they serve slightly different functions in terms of how they operate. This one, obviously, if it hits the bottom vertically, it will open just like your regular pump. Whereas the Wolf X Spod opens very easily when it hits sideways. Very easily, okay? So, two very different products, okay? One purpose, supposedly, okay? But they work very differently. Okay. So that was the product. And one more thing I wanted to show you. I don't think I have the link ready here, but we have this pouch from Nash. Okay, it's in the new arrivals section that is specifically made for the swingers. Okay, so you can put several of those inside and they are nicely protected. Okay. They have nice compartments inside. I mean, Nash makes a solid product. Okay, this is the compartment that they have. This is the product. It's a very cool, neat little thing. I think if you're going to invest in the swingers, you might want to give this a try. It fits. I would fit probably 6 of it very easily. Okay, if I wanted to have 2 sets taken with me. Again, any of those products are available at a discount today. We're doing that 15% off sale until midnight. So hold on. I just dropped you a link again to the section that is with all the new arrivals. And as you see above, that sale is going on for 15% off. Everything listed on those, I think, 5 pages of products. So it's quite a bit that we have. Let me catch up on some comments here. Lee says that his wife has something like that spam, but in black. Hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, whatever rocks her world, right? Maybe she can try our spam. So anyway, the sale is going on, remember, until midnight. And in the meantime, what other comments do we have? The slapheads were great. I wish they didn't discontinue them. Mike Daskalu. I also have people putting the bobbins behind the ring and hitting it and then complain the ceramic cracked. Yeah, look, I am just not the biggest fan of bobbins. I'm not so much concerned that it's going to damage the rod. I just simply haven't seen it yet, but it can happen, I assume. But it's simply that, it's just so unstable. I prefer the swingers any time of the day. Just any time of the day, I prefer the swingers. They just stay in place. They look more carpy. Corey says, thanks for the rods. They are amazing. Thanks again, Century. Corey, I think, from what I remember, bought the Century rods from us. So thanks, Corey, for the business. Thanks for supporting us. Feel free to obviously come back for anything else that you need. All right, so from the products, that's all I had until when I was leaving today in the evening. Okay, and again, this item is also in the new arrivals. You will see it there. Until I have found that Ridge Monkey order has arrived. Okay, and those are their water shoes. Not sneakers like some of you thought, but water shoes. So all black on the sides, and they have some obviously Ridge Monkey colored touches. This is the underneath of it. You can see that this is a water shoe, okay, not a sneaker, so I wouldn't exactly wear it to work, although some of you probably would. Very well made, I have to say. I tried it on, so I figured that if you are between the sizes, take a size larger. Like the way that they are sized is, I wear 11 and a half. This is size 12, okay, and it fits perfect. I think I would fit in size 11 too because they are quite stretchy, but I think this is more comfortable. So if you are whatever size, pick half a size up. For example, size 9 UK will be 9.5 US. Size 10 UK is 10.5 US. We have those sizes written down when you go to select the sizes, but that's what I would do. If you are whatever size, make sure you have that extra half a size room. Although, I mean, they are so comfortable, you can pick smaller and you'll be fine too. So this is the Ridge Monkey Aqua Shoe. They are extremely comfortable. What I like about them is that once I zip it up, I don't think they were nice and hugging my feet, so I don't think any sand will be getting in. That being said, I didn't have the problem with those shoes so far that I put them on like some others, where it would be biting over here into my foot too much. So it's nice neoprene that is actually soft. So they are not biting into my foot. My foot is a little bit wider. That was my concern, right? I bought some others on Amazon, some whatever brand it was. They were not the cheapest, actually pretty expensive. I think they were about 70 bucks. I bought them on Amazon and they were biting right here in this spot into my foot when I was walking. So I had to return them. I did not like them. Those, very comfortable, very comfortable. Okay, so again, this zips open. That makes it stretch a bit more, so it is a breeze actually to put them on. Pretty cool and a very good quality, I have to say. But I mean, it was expected from Ridge Monkey, right? They make pretty neat products overall. So again, this is their water shoe. Okay, available on our website. We have a very limited quantity of those. I took small quantity because I wanted to see how I like them, if I like them, if I want to actually order them. I love them. So we have only several in each size. I didn't want to take much in case I did not like them, because in that case I would not sell them and we would just do a giveaway on those. So I have another order on the way, but those water shoes are phenomenal, okay? So those and more products are obviously on the new arrivals list, and Lee just dropped a link to the Ridge Monkey Apparel drop bag aqua shoes. That's what they are, okay? Phenomenal product, absolutely phenomenal. Let me catch up on some comments. So one comment says, swingers broke after 4 uses, they are poor quality. Piotr is commenting, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Those certainly we have for the first time. So we were not selling those, and I didn't see the other company in US also selling those. So I am not sure which swingers you're referring to, but those are first time arrivals in US. Unless somebody would buy them, I guess, on eBay or from UK. Another comment says, the plastic, the X-Pod from Wolf, the X-Pod is made out of, seem less likely to warp or become deformed. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Spods, most of them nowadays on the market will do the job, right? Question is, which one is better for you? I think that I will be trying this one, and I will be trying the Wolf X-Pod, which is definitely really cool looking. And the fact that the Wolf Spod doesn't open on a completely vertical point of contact, I actually like it, because that means that I no longer will be clumsy and paying for it when, you know, before I load it, I touch it, you know, during the cast or right before the ground, and boom, I got the spot mix, you know, on the ground. I hate when that happens. And the X-Spot from Wolf prevents it because it's square on the bottom and it's designed that it's held by multiple magnets, I think 16 magnets or something like that, and should not open that way. So very cool different features for the product that's supposedly supposed to be functioning the same. So it's not. So take a look at the features, see the videos, how they work. You might just like it. So let me remind you guys that the giveaway that we're gonna be doing is going to be on YouTube. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, I just dropped you a link. All you have to do is click on it and you're going to land on our channel. You can just click subscribe and you can watch there, because we're going to do a giveaway on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel right now, because we're going to have a first giveaway in few minutes, okay? All you need is just click on that YouTube link that I dropped you in the comment section, and we're going to do some giveaway. So what we have is our stickers to give away, okay? And we also have DT Bait stickers. So for all of you who want to basically personalize your buckets, you know, we have the DT Bait stickers. I have some of them over here to show you. Okay, we have a bit of those from our partners in UK from DT Baits. And then we have obviously the Carp Angler stickers of ours. So let's do a quick giveaway. Okay, and this is going to be stickers. So let's do a couple of those, okay, because we have a lot of stickers to give away, so we can afford that. Just make sure, turn over to YouTube. The link was just given on Facebook to our Facebook viewers. Jump on YouTube, okay, and we're gonna do that giveaway right now. Make sure you subscribe, because that's the only way you can comment, okay? Do I have our sticker here or not? Well, not, but all of you, I think, know what our sticker looks like. I should have brought it with me, and I didn't. Anyway, so let's do the giveaway, and then we're gonna get on to our debate, Barbed versus Barbless, okay? And this is going to be a good debate. So We're going to, you guys get ready in the meantime. I will get ready too. Remember to, you're gonna pick a number between 1 and 1,000. A random number generator. Okay. So the way we're gonna do it is like we did it before. You're going to drop in the comment section a number that you pick between 1 and 1,000, but you're only going to do this when I tell you start now, and then I will tell you when to stop. Whatever number will be the winning number, if you go over it, you're automatically disqualified. You either have to hit that number or be below it to be eligible to win. So be careful, because it's a two-edged sword, right? When you pick a very low number, especially, right? So keep that in mind. And then we'll see who the winner will be. So I'm gonna write a message when I tell you to start. And remember, come on our YouTube channel in order to win it. So give me a second. So remember, you're going to comment between 1 and 1,000. You can comment only one time. If somebody picked the number that you did and they commented first, only then you can comment a second time with some other number. But do not comment otherwise multiple times. We don't need that. It's just going to, clutter everything. The giveaway will be for two things. One sticker from DT Baits and one sticker from Carp Angler. Okay? And yes, we are voting on YouTube only, not on Facebook. All right, so I think everybody is ready. So everybody, let's see. How is our timing? Okay. Start now. Comment between 1 and 1,000 to give yourself opportunity to win the sticker. Between 1 and 1,000. And the winner will get two stickers, one from DT Baits and one from Carp Angler. All right. Come on, everybody, hit that comment. Choose between 1 and 1,000. Comment only once for a chance to win the two stickers. All right. All right. Did everybody comment? Okay. I'm going to stop it in a moment. All right, did everybody comment? Going once, going twice. And okay. We are done with the comments for the stickers. So now I'm going, so this is what was loaded before. This is not the winning number. Let me lower the screen. This is not the winning number. Okay, now we are going to generate it. Okay, the winning number is 661. Okay, 661. Ooh, dudes, where my carp? He just went over. 661. We have 586, I think, is the winner. 586. So Zach H. Okay, so Zach H. Zach H is the winner. All right, congrats to Zach. And in a few minutes, we're going to talk about the Barbed versus Barbless, and then we're going to give away more stuff. We have the Catron mug, and we have some more stickers to give away. So we're going to give them out soon. Okay? We're going to give them out soon. So congrats to Zach H. Zach H is the winner of our stickers. All right, so we have them written down. Zach, contact me privately with your information. Shoot me a message either on Facebook or email or what have you, and we'll get you sorted out. Or you can message me any way you want, and we'll get you sorted. All right, so now everybody, the main point of the evening, the long-awaited debate about barbed versus barbless hooks. So I have been watching quite a bit of guys who simply know more than me. To be able to know a little bit more, educate myself, and be able to poke the brains of yours a little bit when we're going to be debating the barbed versus barbless, right? So, meanwhile, while we're talking about it, make sure to chime in on any parts of the conversation, you know, what you prefer, why, if you think I am wrong about something, you know, let's talk about it. Let me know what you think. So, the first question when debating the barbed versus barbless was, which has the technical advantage, right? Which has the technical advantage? Let me move my screen here. Here. So, under what conditions is using a barbed hook better? Weeds, snags, whenever you must give the line some potential slack? Does barbless hook penetrate faster and deeper? Since it doesn't have a barb, so it ensures better initial hook rate? Like, what do you think? Let me know. I'll tell you what I have found out and what I have figured out so far. So, yes, under certain conditions, I found that, and let's first talk about this technical advantage before we move on to the welfare of the fish and the angler safety, etc. So, number one will be the technical advantage. So, under what conditions would I use a barbed hook? So, first of all, I use micro barbed hooks because I don't like those huge barbs. I think they are becoming less and less popular for several reasons that we're going to discuss. And here is why I am using barbed hooks and when I am using them. So in the areas where I am fishing that is heavier on the weeds, I am using a micro barbed hook. I am also using a micro barbed hook when I am fishing somewhere close to snags, where I fear that the fish might get snagged, and it's for a couple of reasons. With weeds, you know how it is. We can do either the slow, steady pressure when you have the fish snagged in the weeds and let the fish free itself, or sometimes it can be so bad that whether you like it or not, you will give definitely some slack on the line to the fish, because you don't know if the fish that is snagged in a lot of weed, okay, if it happens at the lead level, and then you have your, let's say, 6-12 inches of hook link where the fish is somewhere there and they can have slack over there. Or maybe you drop the lead, but the way that the fish is caught up in the weeds, it can easily create slack on the line at that point of between the weeds and the fish. Or the fish gets caught up in an actual snag. And then, you know, I don't know about you, but sometimes what I will do is, if all seems lost, if all hope seems lost, I will actually leave the rod alone, put it on the alarm, open the bail or loosen the drag and wait. And wait. Because I feel if the fish is hooked with a barbed or micro barbed hook, I feel like that hook is safe over there, relatively safe. And I'm just waiting at this point to see if the fish will free itself. But it gives me a little bit more confidence knowing that the barb is there, that the hook will remain in no matter what, right? And so under those two scenarios, I prefer a micro barbed hook over a barbless hook, where I feel that any slack on the line, any lack of tension, can cause that hook to turn and come out. And that concern seems to be shared by a lot of anglers that I was reading up on, some of them quite famous. And they believe that for those reasons, the barbed or micro barbed hooks have technical advantage. Corey says micro here, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Mark says, oh, Mark is still commenting on the giveaway that ended 5 minutes ago on Facebook. Gotta love Mark. Mark and technology are not best friends when it comes to GPS or, you know, or Facebook and YouTube. Paul says he's never used Barbless ever. Well, Paul, that might be a good idea to start. Find out for yourself, because I certainly was in the same boat as you. I use Barbless very few times, but I plan on using it much more often because I want to see for myself what the ratio will be of the fish hooked and landed. And I want to have something to chew on, you know, next time we are debating this. Elise says that most of the time it's the lead that gets caught. When using Barbless, as long as you keep pressure and don't slack, Barbless will hold. Well, so that's interesting because I know it also depends what type of rig system we are using, right? I know, for example, that, and I was listening to Matthew Collins today, and you know, what type of rig we are using also matters. Matthew Collins, who's a very, you know, known angler, he was making a good point that barbless hooks should not be used with a lead clip system because they just don't work as well. And one of his latest videos from a few days ago makes a good point about it. And on his own example, he points out how he landed only 1 out of 4 fish that he hooked. So he was recommending not to use lead clip system that is semi-fixed with a barbless hook. And it makes sense, right? I mean, imagine this. You know, once that hook goes in, we all talk about how the carp can use the lead that is hanging, you know, a foot or less away from its mouth. They can use it to basically its advantage and shake off not just the lead, but the actual hook out of its mouth. So imagine if you have that weight hanging here that the carp can swing up and down, and there is no barb holding the rest of it, it can actually swing it out of its mouth if it's barbless. I believe that's the reason Matthew Collins was referring to the lead clip system as something absolutely a terrible idea to use with a barbless hook. Now, does barbless hook penetrate faster and deeper though, since it doesn't have a barb? That was the debate between, I don't know if it was Kevin Nash and another angler. I was reading it on Carpology. And one was making a point that, look, if you don't have the barb over there, the fish's mouth gets penetrated deeper and easier, which in theory makes a lot of sense, right? And I think it was Kevin Nash that was making a point that nowadays, especially when we're talking about micro barb hooks, they go past that barb so easily that it shouldn't make any practical difference when it comes to penetrating carp's lip easier or not. And so that was an interesting point. I don't think anybody can definitively prove this without some actual, putting some actual, work and some science behind it and doing some experiments. But I am interested to hear what you guys think, whether that barbless hook can penetrate faster and deeper and therefore give you a good hold on the fish or not, or is it basically the same? So that was one point that was being made. Now, so the technical advantage, I would probably still give it to micro barbed and barbed hooks, right? In case of any snags and what have you, even though Lee is saying that it shouldn't matter, I don't know. I don't know, because oftentimes, again, I will, me personally at least, I will leave that rod alone at some point if the fish is snagged to the point I cannot pull it out. And at some point that fish, well, oftentimes will free itself. Same thing with weed. I think weed, when you're gonna start pulling through it, will inadvertently create slack on the line. There won't be always a tension on the line when you have weed. It's just not going to happen, and especially that, all of us, are concerned with breaking the line when we are, having the fish in the weeds. I just tend to think that there will always be some slack to some degree. But, so let's talk about point number 2, the welfare of the fish. So, it is true that fish can only truly ever free itself of the rig completely when hooked using a barbless hook. That is true, because as long as it's a barbed hook, we can drop the lead, we can feel good about ourselves that way, but remember that the rig otherwise will still be attached. And the carp will still be dragging it in case there's a breakage, whether we like it or not. Unless, obviously, we're talking about cases where, the carp's lip gets ripped, then obviously that's a lesser concern. But, not every angler has the skill to land every carp, and not every swim is easy enough that even an experienced angler will land it without a problem. James makes a point on YouTube that we're going to talk about in a minute about safety to us. But going back to the welfare of the fish. So yes, let's just accept it that just like me, when I fish barbed hook, I accept that if I lose it in certain situation, a carp will get stuck with the hook in its mouth, right? And that is not good. Is that enough of a reason to go barbless? I'm still debating, okay? I do want to make sure that my hooking and landing ratio is at least not far worse, and I will start testing that probably soon enough. But that's one concern. Now, some people were questioning whether barbless hook damages the mouth of the carp more during the fight. And the reason behind it was that a barbed hook, once it's in the mouth, wherever it is, it will stay in that place. Okay, it will move far less because of the barb. So the damage will be much more localized. Whereas the barbless hook doesn't have that barb, and it can keep slicing the mouth open with the tip of the hook and with the rest of the wire much more freely. And so there's that constant debate. Don't know to this point if it's a myth or not, but with quite a few anglers saying that the carp's mouth can get much more damaged with a barbless hook because of that free movement inside. And so that I thought it was an interesting point to make and to find out about, because I've never thought about it. But remember, I mean, you get those horny males in their mid-20s, mid-20 pounders that can be, close to 40 inches long sometimes. And they can really pull like crazy. If at any point a barbless option gives better opportunity to slicing the carp's mouth inside, it will happen. So I'm not sure if it's just a myth. It sounds like in theory it does make sense, although there's so much force applied by the fish when you're fighting it, then what one could say that the barb itself is going to make, pretty good damage if it happens. So that I thought was a very good point being made and something really that makes you think. So that was one thing. Well, let's talk about a third point right now, that is anglers' safety and, frankly, annoyance. So, angler safety first, right? Is a barb a real concern when fishing to the angler? Is getting hooked on the finger or elsewhere a big enough concern? Now, those who either got jabbed by the hook and really got it in their finger, with barb included, will probably testify that barbless hooks all the way. I don't know about the ones that had close calls, but it certainly is a concern, right? I mean, all of us at one point or another poked ourselves with a hook or had a close encounter when it went a little deep, just not that deep, right? Simon is commenting, I had no problems when using barbless hooks as long as I'm applying pressure in good open waters. Good point, Simon. That's just exactly what I was talking about earlier, that in open waters, I think it's fair to say that barbless should be the better option. And for a couple of those points that I've been mentioning just now, including probably the welfare of the fish, I have to give it to the barbless hook, and angler safety. But now, and James is commenting on YouTube, barbless hooks can save you a trip to the hospital. I've had enough jammed into me, I know. Yeah, actually, we were fishing yesterday in Pennsylvania with James together, and my wife gets on a fish. James was kind enough to climb down the bank and net it for her. So we've seen that the fish was, I think it was just a 15-pounder at most. And we thought it was a good idea to try to unhook it in the net. It seems like it most of the time, until what happened yesterday to James. He got very lucky that the hook, the fish moved, as it often happens, and the hook, lucky for him, was going in on the nail side of the finger. So he got very lucky there. If it was on the other side of the finger, I think he would have a trip to the hospital. And that was just yesterday, and that's why I decided to talk about it today. So angler safety, I think, is a real concern. I think it's all not a big deal until it happens, right? Sure, hasn't happened to me yet, knock on wood, but it's always a close call, right? For so many hours that we spend on the bank, deal with the fish, I think it's just a matter of time when some close encounter happens. So that's one aspect. And Zach says, I have the emergency room bill to prove how much a deep pinned gummy can cost you. Yeah, I think that that's a legit concern. And we've all seen pictures online of, fishermen or anglers getting stuck with the hook and needing, obviously, a trip to the hospital or getting creative with pliers and some other tools, playing a doctor. So that's one. But how about not every single time, but God, how often does this happen where you land the fish, you net it, you bring the fish over with the net, and the goddamn hook is stuck to the net with the carp? How many times does a hook have to go through the weave of the net before I go like, shit, should I really switch to barbless? I mean, that is annoying the hell out of me. How many times it happens, right? That hook just penetrates through the lip all the way, and sometimes, somehow, in the net, it catches it. And then, you know, you're trying to free the fish, and this is usually the scenario. I'm trying to free the fish so it doesn't, you know, stay out there, you know, endlessly. Although we all know carp can take proverbial beating on the mud being out of the water, meaning the amount of time it can spend out of the water on the mud is absolutely massive. But still, right, we want to minimize that, and I'm struggling with this. And on one hand, I don't want the carp to be out of the water for too long. On the other hand, I don't want to damage the net every single time that happens, so I'm trying to be careful. And then at some point, the fish starts, you know, walloping around, and I want to make sure I don't get a hook in my finger on top of that, because then we're going to be stuck, all three of us. The fish, the net, and me. So, you know, it's a comedy show sometimes, you know, on the bank. Lee's commenting, I pushed the hook all the way through, clipped the point off, and pulled it out. I'm a butcher, but I can tell you it bloody hurts. Yes. I obviously don't recommend what Dr. Lee is doing, but I've seen it done quite a few times. It's a sight to be reckoned with when people are doing this. So it's a pain in the ass dealing with a barbed hook when you are trying to unhook the fish. Lee, what was the scenario under which you got the hook stuck? How did you do it? Or was somebody just angry at you and was snagging you? I can see that happening too. So anyway, in the meantime, my take is this, that both barbless and barbed hooks have its place in our tackle box. I personally use micro barbed hooks simply due to the fact that I fish places that are known to be snaggy or weedy. And they are difficult to fish altogether. Line slack is a real issue. And so that's the reason for me I use micro barbed hooks most of the time. And it's not always possible to keep steady pressure when fishing, okay, when you're dealing with that snag. That's just my take on it. Now, sometimes slack needs to be given in order to let the fish free itself. And that's the problem with barbless hooks. And that in and of itself can also be safer than snapping the line with the rig in the fish's mouth, just because it's somewhat easier for a barbless hook to be ejected eventually from the fish's mouth once it swims with that rig. But given the opportunity to fish a swim with minimal snags or weeds, I will next time use a barbless hook. I want to start getting some data and some information on how it works out for me. So I will at some point change my rig from the lead clip setup more to a free running rig, and I will go barbless. I want to see if I'm going to have any issue with one, hooking the fish, and two, landing the fish. So regarding hooking the fish, right? Because I spoke with some anglers and some of them made I thought a valid comment. Give me one moment. Make a valid comment that a barbless hook is not going to give you the same hookup ratio as a barbed hook, right? Especially if I'm telling you to use a barbless hook, not with a lead clip system, where you're going to have that, you know, semi-fixed lead, but with a running rig, right? But as I was watching Matthew Collins earlier today, he was making a good point, and you can try this at home. You can take a 4-ounce lead or a 3-ounce lead, inline or running rig, and have just a little bit of pressure on one side of the lead as if it was coming from the rod. And on the other, put the hook on your palm and start pulling it as if you were a fish. You'll see right away that the angle is going to start going up. And while you're pulling that line through the lead that is resting on the bottom, there is pressure. There is definitely a pressure. And in theory, Matthew Collins was explaining that on a monoline, which has some stretch to it, it acts sometimes as if it was a bungee cord, okay? Meaning it stretches a little bit and then it pushes back. So he was saying that it's actually not that simple for the carp to create slack. And he was saying, try it on your palm, you know, pull it through the lead while you have the hook on your palm, and you'll see that every single pull gets that point of the hook deeper into your arm. So I tried it briefly and I was like, wow, this definitely doesn't feel good. I certainly didn't want to penetrate my entire hand with it. But it certainly feels like maybe we are overthinking it sometimes when we're talking about the barbed versus barbless, because I think barbless is going to give me just about the same, I'm going to say, hookup ratio. And so I think that's not a concern anymore to me, even with a running rig. The only concern that I need to address is the slack on the line that I sometimes have to give. But then I have to ask myself, how often does it happen? For 100 hooked fish, how often do I find myself giving a slack or thinking that I'm creating some slack? Maybe several, you know, maybe 5, maybe more. That's very little. And so I think that there's a lot of upside to try going barbless and see if I'm going to debunk those myths or if there's some merit behind my concerns. So yes, I'm going to start going barbless on some occasions, and I'm going to start build up some confidence in it. I'm going to watch some extra videos to just educate myself on the types of rigs that in theory work better or worse with a barbless system. But at the very least, I learned today that apparently the lead clip setup, fixed or semi-fixed, is not the best option according to Matthew Collins. All right, guys. So why don't we now give away this awesome mug from Catherine that I showed you earlier? So remember, jump on YouTube for a chance to win this. I'm going to show you again what it looks like. Excuse me. This is Catherine PVA brand mug, very carpy, all black, PVA organic on it. They do have an extremely well-built PVA line that is really phenomenal. Okay, my lovely assistant brought me something to drink. Okay, so jump on YouTube. We're gonna give away that mug to the one lucky winner. So we're going to do that giveaway again. And get ready. I'm gonna need another minute. I'm just going to type it up. And so remember, when I post a comment on YouTube, okay, let me drop you the link to YouTube before we do this. So those of you who are watching on Facebook, come to YouTube. We're going to give away Catherine coffee or whiskey mug, whatever it is that you want to use it for. And we will do it on YouTube. So the link was just dropped. Jump on YouTube. We're going to do it in a few minutes. In the meantime, where is my agenda? Okay, agenda is here. In the meantime, remember that we have a sale going on. Carp 15 for 15% off all new arrivals and most of the items on the website. Very few exclusions, but there are some, but most items on the website can be purchased with 15% off using that coupon code. Now, this expires at midnight, okay? Midnight Eastern time. So, let me drop you a link to the sale, okay? Patrick says you need an app for entering into your shop. What app do you have in mind? Like a regular app? And let me catch up on some comments. So I was asking Lee earlier how in the world he got the hook all the way through his finger, and he was saying that he was clearing up, ready to go home, put the inline lead on the eye, and the 4-ounce lead dropped, and pulled the hook into the thick part of my hand. What do you mean the thick part of your hand? I've seen your hands. They look like, it looks like, you know, bologna and some sausage, Italian sausages connected to it. You know, Lee's hands look seriously like, you know, King Charles, or I was gonna say Prince Charles, King Charles, you know, hands with those sausage fingers. Every part of his hand is fat and thick. Okay, I mean, the guy is a butcher. Okay, his hand looked definitely like a butcher's hands. Jace has a question. Does the Sonic SKS pod comes with a carry bag? From the top of my head, I don't know. I want to say yes, but don't hold me to it. But I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Again, don't hold me to it, but I am 90% sure that the pod comes with a carry bag. Jeff Kramer says, a treble hook fused 2 of my fingers together. Yikes. Oof. That sounds painful. That sounds extremely painful. So we're giving away this this coffee mug by Catron, guys. Okay, this one. PV. I mean, this is awesome looking. What we basically got from Catron is a bunch of coffee mugs, but with many different designs. So some of you probably have seen that we have different ones that we gave away earlier. And yeah, I never know what I'm going to pull out. This is definitely a cool design, and we're going to raffle it away right now. Okay, so everybody on YouTube, get ready. YouTube only. Remember, come to YouTube. So Mark, if you're still watching, God knows, try this time commenting on YouTube. Or if not, ask your grandkids to help you. Okay? The fact that you're on YouTube or Facebook to begin with is already a success. You've won in life if you've done that. So, oh, Dan says, had a big 4X saltwater VMC through my finger with a 30-inch striper attached to it. That sucked. Yikes. That sounds like pain. Yeah, saltwater guys are, I think, going through this a little bit more often than us freshwater guys. I see it much more there. Jaden says, when you get the chance, can you go check out my new post, please? I'm assuming you're talking about on a post that you submitted on a Facebook group. Yes, we will check it out. No way. Mark says he is on YouTube. Mark, the question is, can you comment finally on YouTube? Mark has been learning for the past 2 months, I think, how to make a comment on YouTube. Okay, and I told him I don't have crayons. I cannot show it to you. Okay, so if anybody wants to help Mark how to make a comment on YouTube, please do. He's a good guy. He is just technologically challenged. Okay, but he's a very good guy and a good angler. So we'll keep him on a friends list. All right, so everybody on YouTube starts now. Comment between 1 and 1,000 to win the Carp mug. So drop a number on YouTube between 1 and 1,000. Okay, again, everybody on YouTube, comment between 1 and 1,000 on YouTube to win the coffee mug from Catherine. Oh my God, Robert is commenting over there. I swear to God, if he wins anything, okay, they're gonna call us, frauds. He has won too many times already during the giveaways. People are gonna start questioning our integrity. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. Again, if you are watching on Facebook, you can jump over to YouTube at the same time right now and hit that subscribe button so you can comment for a chance to win the Catherine coffee mug. I just dropped you a link to YouTube right now. All you have to do is click that link, click that subscribe button, and win it. Robert says he already won once. I don't know about that. It feels like you've won a couple of times already. And it's either Robert or one of my close buddies that end up winning. Okay, you guys are making me look like a scammer. This is really questionable right now. Okay. All right, so let's see. Did everybody comment on YouTube already? I'm gonna give it another few moments. And guess what? We're still waiting for Mark to comment. Mark, can you comment on YouTube or not? I'm literally waiting for you. Okay, we're gonna give it another few seconds, catch up on some comments while Mark is trying to figure out how to make a comment on YouTube. I don't know if he has any kids available at home who can help him, but God knows he does need help. Okay. Okay, Mark, going once, going twice. He still cannot comment on YouTube. Yeah, no, I have no words. All right, so it stops here. So now we're gonna do the giveaway. So last number for the previous giveaway was 661, right? So now we're going to see what number. This is the previous number. So now we're gonna see what we generate. Ooh, the winning number is 117. 117. You have to be 117 or under, closest to it. And what do I say? What do I say? Who wins again? Robert wins again. What did I tell you? He's gonna win. People are gonna start questioning, okay, if we are running some sort of a scammy operation over here. Congratulations, Robert. You won the mug. Unbelievable. And we were just talking about Robert, okay? Okay, people, Mark was just commenting. Okay, unfortunately, he's disqualified. He wrote 69, but he wrote it on Pornhub, okay? On Pornhub. Mark, you were supposed to comment on YouTube, okay? 69 would be the winning number, but you entered it on Pornhub, brother. Yeah, unfortunately, unless I don't know what they're giving away at Pornhub. Okay, just find out. Might be some cool stuff too. Unbelievable. So, Robert, congrats. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. Unbelievable. Hold on. Okay, so Robert won the mug. I mean, there's definitely something going on. Mark, are you still on Pornhub or are you with us, brother? Okay, let it go before your wife sees it. Okay, unless you guys are watching together. But, you know, don't get in trouble. Okay? All right, so here is what we've got. What do we have on the agenda? So, well, we are obviously adding products all the time, and there's quite a few new products. We have literally 5 pages of new products. Make sure you really take advantage of the sale going on because it really ends at midnight. Okay, at midnight Eastern time, it automatically stops. The coupon code is not going to work after that. So I dropped you a comment with the link to the new arrivals again, but that coupon code is good on most of the items in the store. So it's not just on the new arrivals, keep that in mind. Now, for the next time, I was thinking that we can debate pack bait versus boilies fishing, okay? One or the other. Because last season, I have fished pack bait all the time. This season, 0 pack bait, exclusively boilies. That includes baiting, pre-baiting, all of that stuff. So pack bait versus straight boilies. And the other debate worth having, I think, is lead clip system versus inline method. Okay, so running rig versus lead clip, fixed lead clip, or semi-fixed. So I think those are the interesting debates to be had. I'm gonna poke your brain on social media, which one you want to have next time. I think both of them are going to be entertaining. Now, regarding this one, Barbed versus Barbless, make sure to leave your comments. Let's debate this after the live stream as well. So make sure to comment and let us know what you think. I think this debate is far from over. I, for once, will be definitely running some Barbless rigs, and I want to get some data myself. You know, maybe I'll try it at the lake house at some point, but I prefer to do it probably before. Lake house is not the easiest swim. It does have a couple of snags, but who knows? Maybe I'll set up a rod or two over there with a barbless hook and see how it goes. We'll see how it goes and what happens. Andy says, I was thinking about trying Barbless soon, but also the Palatrax grips. Seems like they might be a good compromise between Barbed and Barbless. Robert says whiskey versus tequila. Zach says whiskey. No, tequila all the way. Although I've tried some delicious whiskey recently, I still say tequila. Okay. I mean, when I go lake house, we're gonna be doing whiskey. But when we're gonna be partying over here in my house, we're gonna be going tequila. So that's an interesting debate too when we're fishing. Now, when you're fishing, even though I'm not crazy whiskey guy, I think whiskey will beat tequila every time. There's just something more carpy about it. I think I'll go whiskey when fishing. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So let me know, guys, what other topics you want to debate next time. We'll definitely do it in the next week and a half. We're also going, we have a new product coming. I don't know if it was one of my best friends, Mark Fulbrook, was asking about it, I think some time ago. but him and some other people were asking about the Bushwhackers. So the Bushwhacker Pro has been ordered from Nash, and we should have it within the next week, I hope. So the Bushwhackers are coming. For any of you that don't know, I'll simplify it for you. It's that long stick that endlessly keeps extending up to 15 meters, which is about, what, 45 feet, I think. It has, I think, 10 1.5 meter sections that can basically extend. It floats on the water. You can put up to 3 pounds of bait at the end of it, and then just flip it exactly in the spot where you want it to be. So you use that instead of a bait boat, you use that instead of a spomb or spod, and instead of a throwing stick, right? Especially close distance like this, throwing sticks are very uncomfortable. I can attest to that. So Nash Bushwhackers are coming in. That's the next cool item that is coming to our store. So make sure you reach out to me if you are interested in those. They will be with us in about a week. They are not on the website yet. And I think there are some Nash butt grips, additional two different options that are coming. And what else did I order that was new? I think pre-tied rigs from Nash that are Ronnie rigs. That's also coming. And then obviously replenishments for the existing products. So we have some new items and we have some replenishments for the old items coming. But anyway, all that is on the way. So I'm gonna post more updates on our Facebook group page, and soon enough I want to do a giveaway of the rods on YouTube. Okay, I want to give away a set of rods. But for that, I want us to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. So help us get there. Help us get to that 500 subscribers on YouTube. Give us the opportunity to grow. So hit that subscribe button, and if you don't mind sharing, grab that YouTube link, YouTube channel link, and share it on your social media with friends to make sure we get to that 500 subscriber mark, so we can do that giveaway of the rods. So we're going to let you know on Facebook when is the next time we are going live, but make sure you stay current on YouTube as well, because that's where most of the giveaways are happening. Okay, so tight lines, stay safe over there. Remember about the discount, Carp 15 lasts until midnight for most of the items on the website and all of the new arrivals. Okay, join the debate once we hang up on Facebook and on YouTube. Continue, let us know what you think about the Barbed versus Barbless, and we'll see you next time for the next debate and more business updates. Okay.